Wow, like really and truly, seeing these chapters of Boku no Hero, especially like when it's the aftermath of the arcs, and we come back into school and we see the whole class. It's so amazing, and I really do love these moments. I really, really love these chapters where it's just the interactions between Class 1A, because it's My Hero Academia. Like, it's a school setting, it's a school series. So at the end of the day, you shouldn't be surprised if we get all these interactions and if Horikoshi delves into these kind of things a lot. I remember quite recently, actually, when they moved into the dormitories, when they had like 2 or 3 chapters of just going around the rooms. That was pretty awesome. Yes, it was a little bit slow in comparison to the other arcs that we just came out of and that, but it's a nice look, and it's a different feel. I think. I love it because like I get to see all the characters, because at the end of the day, all these arcs that we've been through, for example, let's just give Overhaul, that arc that we just came out of. Not all of Class 1A was there. Ida wasn't there. Kaminari, Mineta, Momo, Todoroki, Bakugan, like these guys weren't there, so obviously we missed them. And it's just really cool to see just all of Class 1A here. Like, it makes me remember. And it just reminds me that, the strength of Boku no Hero, this is my opinion, but the strength in this series is the characters. And it's all of them, to be honest. I feel like Horikoshi, he just pours out his soul on these characters, and you love all of them. There really isn't a character that I really dislike. And speaking of characters, like we get Inasa coming in, CAMIE, and I know there's a whole discussion about whether is this the real CAMIE. Personally, I believe it is, but I feel like we'll only know. Time will tell. Like, we'll know if it's the real one if we see her quirk. If we see her quirk, then we'll know, like, okay, this isn't Toga impersonating. Now, if people do think this is Toga, why would Toga be doing this? Like, I get it. I can't understand why she was doing it within the not sports festival, the license exam, because it was like gathering a bit more intel, or but basically getting Izuku's blood. However, we still really don't know the whole motives behind that. Like, for example, we haven't had a chapter, like a flashback with Shigaraki saying, look, infiltrate this, do this and do that. Like, we don't know. So yeah, it can still be Toga, but it will all seem just a little bit weird, because think about it. The chapter starts off with, in the end, we weren't able to make it back to the dorms until that night. I still believe this is the same day. I believe this is the same day. There hasn't been a change of time. So literally what happened in the morning, Deku defeating Overhaul, then Sir Nightai dying, that kind of stuff. I believe all of that has happened in one day. They had to go through, inquiries and all of that kind of stuff. Probably, like the police and all the heroes and stuff. So I believe this is still the same day. So it just seemed a little bit odd with what's happening with, like, okay, now Toga goes straight, manages to get all the intel and all this kind of stuff. So I really don't think it's Toga, but it begs the question, and I'm really intrigued. What is Horikoshi planning? The whole thing about CAMIE and Toga impersonating her, and she being abducted. It's really intriguing because Horikoshi won't do it. He didn't bring it up for nothing. It's the same reason why Giganto, I'm calling him Giganto. It's the same reason why Horikoshi didn't introduce him in like chapter 50s and then bring him up again quite recently in Kirishima's flashback story and then bring him up now. He didn't do that without a valid reason, though we may not know what it is, but we know that it's going to be important. Whether CAMIE is going to be quite strong and important for the next arc, I have no clue. But we need to understand that, Deku knows. So Deku knows that Toga impersonated CAMIE. Obviously, Deku's not there. And I'm not sure if Deku told anyone yet. I feel like this is all in the heat of the moment, because he literally realized whilst the Villain Alliance came in. So, and after that he was fighting Overhaul and the whole things with Eri, Mirio. Like, I feel like maybe he's just kind of forgotten about it or something like that, because other things have happened. So I don't know, like, I'm really intrigued. What is Horikoshi wanting to do with CAMIE's character? And I think maybe a better question would be, actually, what is Toga and Shigaraki, what's the Villain Alliance wanting them to do with the whole infiltration into UA? Is this still part of a plan to take down All Might? Only time can tell. But either way, speaking about the Villain Alliance, Kurogiri has been captured. Now, whether that is part of a plan, I know everyone, we're all talking about this, a prison break arc in the sense of how the Villain Alliance is gonna break in and bring out Sensei one all for one. What's his name? Stain would probably come out as well. Rapper, just everyone that's in Tartarus, like, will just break out due to the Villain Alliance. I think this is highly probable. I feel like Horikoshi is hinting at it a lot and setting it up. This will be awesome to see. Like, who's not gonna love that? But the whole thing with Giganto and the Villain Alliance, like, this is really cool because think about it. Other than Dabi, before Giganto, Dabi was the only heavy hitter in a sense. Like, look at everyone else in the Vanilla Alliance. Their quirks wasn't like massive AoE kind of quirks, massive like attack quirks. So Giganto joining into the fray is gonna be a big difference into the Vanilla Alliance, just in terms of their overall power. I feel like, especially seen in this chapter, how he basically took out a side of a mountain. This guy is literally a walking disaster. That's what the chapter said. So yes, the hopes of Kirishima being able to fight him, maybe not yet. In Kirishima's words, I've got a long way to go, and I feel like Horikoshi was kind of implying that as well to the situation of him fighting Giganto. I do believe there will become a point in the series where Kirishima will fight him, but I don't think I'm sure that he's not ready yet. He really is not ready to fight this guy. But yes, speaking of what Giganto's going to be doing, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen. I'm thinking this is going to be leading into the next arc. Like, I don't know if he's going to be the main villain of the next arc, but whatever's happening, Giganto's going to be playing a role in it. That's what I believe. Now, aside from that, from the chapter and CAMIE and all that kind of stuff, there's another thing before that I want to touch on, and that is the Endeavor part. Now, first of all, can I just say that the Horikoshi drawing Endeavor was so awesome. Just like the flames and the shading, it just looks so it looks so hype. Really and truly, Boku no Hero's artwork, I feel like it just gets cleaner by the week. Seeing All Might, seeing Endeavor just like this, and you're seeing the flames and everything, his eyes. This is pretty awesome to see. There's also a parallel to the Sports Festival arc. Endeavor's on the top of the stairs looking down on All Might. In the Sports Festival, it's the other way around, with All Might at the top of the stairs and Endeavor walking past. So I'm really excited for this talk. I have many thoughts on what's going to happen. I feel like this talk is going to be very different, that we haven't seen before with the interaction of these two characters. Reading this chapter, especially seeing Endeavor, made me think of two things: his response to him becoming the number one and how he was so annoyed, and like he just didn't like the way he was dealt with it, and his response of seeing All Might in his weakened form. I really do feel like this talk is going to be about Todoroki. This is I don't know, I just feel like it is. My first thought was literally going to be like Endeavor asking like All Might to help Todoroki, because the first talk was basically like All Might was asking Endeavor on tips, and Endeavor was just like, he was created to defeat you. Now I feel like it's going to be a flip with this talk. I feel like Endeavor's going to ask All Might for help, saying, can you shadow him? Can you take him under your wing? Something of the sorts like that. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Or maybe he'll just ask for advice. I'm really intrigued to see this talk, because now Endeavor's number one. All Might is not even ranked anymore. He's retired basically. So I'm really intrigued to see their interaction, because remember in the fight when All Might versus All for One, when Endeavor saw him, he was just like, he basically had an epiphany. He was just like, I chased all of this down, all the things that I've done just to close the gap between us. He saw his wrongdoings, and that's what I love. So I'm really intrigued to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, other than that, nothing else. That's pretty much what happened in this chapter. It's pretty awesome, because like, I think my favorite part of this chapter was definitely the interactions, whether it would be what's his name? What is his name? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. Is it in the chapter? Radiohead. Is it Radiohead? Present Mike. Radiohead. What the hell? No, Present Mike. Yeah. Whether it be Present Mike's awkward thing like, oh, I gotta go. Or like Kirishima and Mina Ashido. Yeah, and their interaction, and she's just like to Kirishima, are you okay? And he's like, I've got a long way to go. Now, obviously, there's two takes on that, because one is just like the whole thing about how Mina is so she's interested in Kurishino's development of as a hero. Remember the flashback, and also the other way is just like, oh, you okay? Like, how are you doing? So I'm really intrigued. Obviously, there's a whole shipping thing between those two characters. I love them. Them together, they're pretty cool. Interactions like since when has Kaminari been calling Bakugo Catcher? That's just like that's cool right there. And I really do love Bakugo and his interaction with Class 1A. Like he just always puts on that disgruntled kind of facade, but like he does care about them. He really does, but obviously he wouldn't say it. So yeah, this chapter was really awesome. And Ochako, I just really forgot about this. Thankfully I remembered it. Yeah, so Achako's beliefs has kind of changed because her reasoning for becoming a hero was primarily getting money so she can support her parents, but now it's her wanting to save people. We haven't had a lot of screen time, we haven't had a lot of panel time on Uraraka as a character. A lot of people have not liked that. Personally, I haven't liked that as well. I've wanted to see more of her. And I hope it doesn't become a like Kurosaki-kun kind of thing. So like I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I really want her to really walk out into her own limelight, and I want her to develop as a hero and as a character. So I'm really hoping Horikoshi does some stuff with her, does some development. Hopefully, her character gets showcased even more. Hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, with Aizawa Sensei, basically helping out Eri, that's gonna be cool. They haven't forgotten her. They obviously haven't left her to be, because it seemed like last chapter it was just like, yeah, we really can't do anything. So they're just gonna leave her in the hospital. So I really like how Aizawa Sensei is gonna take her under the wing, kind of thing. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this chapter was basically a closing of everything, ending of the arcs. Next week, we're starting the exam between the four students. Well, between the four students, no, of some of the students. CAMIE, Inasa, Bakugo, and Todoroki, and they were like, let's dial it up a notch. Okay, I'm intrigued to see what's gonna happen. In page 17, you see on one of the panels, there's two people. You only see their legs. At first, I thought that was Bakugo and Todoroki, but no, because their trousers are black, and it's not Inasa's or the other guy. So I don't know who's talking. They say it's about time to begin, huh? And it's like, So I'm really intrigued. Are these gonna be heroes? Are these gonna be people who are testing them? Are they gonna be fighting people? I don't know. But it seems like it's gonna be pretty cool. So guys, please tell me your thoughts in the comments below what you thought about this chapter. If you liked anything I'd say, please drop a like. That would be greatly appreciated. This is Shinigami Sam. Peace out, guys, and goodbye.